Fisker Automotive, why a car company now in these times? A lot of things actually has come together in the last couple of years, which is unique worldwide. We are much more alert about the environment. We are much more interested in how we become independent of import of foreign oil. And these things, together with obviously the crisis that has been also in the car industry, really has laid a certain foundation for the possibility of something like Fisker Automotive to happen. And I'll talk a little bit about that in the presentation. But as I was flying here today from Boston, I was reading Motor Trend magazine, and there was an article about how there used to be 20 car companies in the United States of America. And today we have 3, and I guess a couple of years ago, or maybe a year ago, there was only 1 because the 2 others almost went into bankruptcy. And I personally thought that when you think about America is the largest car consuming country in the world, it could not be right that there would only be 1 or even 3 car companies here in America. And it could not be right that if you buy a car which we consider a premium car, that you really have no American choice. Most people go out today and buy an expensive luxury car, buy a European car, a Japanese car. So it really opens up the opportunity, we believe, for an American car company, but just not another American car company, somebody who's innovative, who comes out with a leading technology and really designs cars from the future. And somebody who's not only concentrating on the US market, the home market, but wants to export the cars as well. And that's, by the way, one of the reasons, obviously, why we're here in Delaware. So our vision is really to take a lead with this new technology, but also create products that people actually want. And I think that is the key issue. You can always have an idea about a new technology, but if nobody likes it or they feel they have to pay extra for it, it's going to be a hard sell. So for us, it was about designing a beautiful car that people actually wanted to buy. And of course, this technology is also expensive. So a lot of people have asked me, why didn't you go out and make a car that was $25,000 instead of a car that's $90,000? Well, this technology is very expensive. And if you think about flat screen TVs, you think about the iPhone, of course that technology always starts at the high end and then it starts moving down, which is, by the way, an excellent way to build a brand as well. When you look at the design of the car, I really wanted to bring back the passion for cars. Really feel like we want to run out and get this good-looking, sexy car. And not just to feel, well, here's another car and I guess it has some new technology. No, it should be exciting. And that's really what we're about, also as we start bringing new models to market. What you see here was the 4-door Fisker Karma, and this is the 2-door Fisker Karma. The 4-door goes on sale in the end of this year, and we've already announced 45 dealers here in the US, and of course one of them here in Delaware as well. I think Frank Uramoso is here, which has Jaguar, BMW, and Volvo dealerships here in Delaware. The timeline of Fisker, we have done a lot in these last couple of years. We actually started back in August 2007, and shortly after that we showed the first prototype at a car show in Detroit, and then we had, shortly after that, our test drive in Pebble Beach in August last year, and it was kind of nerve-wracking because it was a $1.5 million prototype, and Barney was going to take it around the track, and he's never driven that track before, and he was just let out in front of 40,000 people, and as we couldn't hear the car, we were wondering where he was, and seeing if he was going to come around the corner, and he did, to loud cheers from people, still wondering why it was so quiet. And I'll tell you a little bit about why this car is so quiet and how it works. If you look at this picture, you can see the top is the Fisker Karma's drivetrain. And basically in front we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine which drives a generator. It doesn't drive the wheels. It only turns the generator to create electricity when necessary. In the center, the yellow part, you have a large lithium-ion battery, which we get from A123 Systems that also built these batteries here in the US. And at the rear, we have 2 electric motors with a 1-speed gearbox that always turns the wheels. So the amazing thing about this car actually is you can actually accelerate from 0 to 125 miles an hour in one gear. You always have power, you don't have to wait for a kickdown. Now if you look at the bottom part, that would be a Toyota Prius, where it also has a small battery and a small electric motor, but that is secondary. The gasoline engine still drives the wheels. So the difference between our car and today's hybrids is, and the reason we call it plug-in hybrid, is that you can plug in this car at home and the first 50 miles you drive every day is pure electric. No gasoline at all. No matter how hard you press the accelerator, you stay in electric. And after those 50 miles, if you're going somewhere far or you forgot to charge the car, automatically the gasoline engine turns on, creates electricity while you're driving. Now you can drive another 250 miles. So that's really the advantage of this vehicle. Imagine a vehicle that has 400 horsepower, performs like a V8, and has better average fuel economy than a Toyota Prius. That's not just a dream, and it's not the future, it's right here. We have cars driving around, and they work, and they come right here from America. It was actually developed originally for the U.S. Army, and we discovered it, and are now working, obviously, to bring this to market. You can see these prototypes here, which are driven around in California on several racetracks and test tracks. We also built a couple of trucks. Instead of normal car makers usually disguise the cars, and it costs a lot of money and people still take spy shots, we actually built the entire powertrain into a couple of trucks and been driven around over a year on different roads in California, in the desert, etc., without ever anybody noticing that this was the latest state-of-the-art plug-in hybrid drivetrain. Now, of course, all these cars have to be sold somewhere.